Okay, so I love that you wrote a book about Peter Obi, the man that we Nigeria see as a savior, the person that will bring back Nigeria the way we expect Nigeria to be. What was the inspiration behind the book? Like, what motivated you to writing the book about Peter Obi?
Okay, thank you. Yes, I wrote the book. You know, I've been in the newsroom as a journalist for over 30 years.
30 years.
Yes. And in most of the time, I was reporting politics.
Okay.
And that gave me the opportunity of meeting politicians. So I worked in about 3 or 4 newspapers. I did my youth service in Kano, in Triumph newspaper owned by Kano State government. I worked there, worked in Champion, worked in This Day, worked in New Telegraph. All these places I worked, and in all I was reporting politics. So that gave me the opportunity of meeting people. You understand? And you know, the best gift you can get is to meet people. You will meet negative, positive, but if you are lucky, you tap from the thing. Meeting human being is a good thing. So what journalism has actually done, if you notice, you can hardly say a journalist who is a rich man. Yes, but they are not hungry and they are not complaining. You understand? Because if you know this world very well, being rich has nothing to do with money. Being rich has everything to do with your contentment. Because somebody can have 1 million, is feeling poor. Somebody will have 1 million, is feeling really rich. It's all about how you, and this has to do with how you are brought up. This part of culture you are talking about, your cultural background. If you grow up in Onitsha, 1 million is nothing to. If you grow up in Obollo-Afor, the attitude of money will be different from a Obollo person who grew up in Obollo-Afor. When I was growing up, they would call us, if my age, you come to Obollo-Afor, they see you crossing to New Road, eating in the hotel, they write you off as a spoiled child. Because you don't, that place is not meant for you. How can you eat in a hotel as a Obollo child? That thing is meant for people who are passing and not for you. So journalism gave me opportunity, and I met people. And when I was in Lagos, I'm currently in Abuja, and before going to Abuja, I was in Lagos for 17 years. So I met Peter Obi before he became governor.
Before he became governor?
Yes. I met him before he became governor. And one of my job like this, interviewing people, I interviewed him and we started relating. So he liked my company and he sustained it. Then at a point, he was always complaining. That time, the governor in his states, Chinwoke Badrunju, was not doing well. He was complaining and all those things. Eventually, he said he wants to go and do politics. So he went and joined PDP. They refused to listen to him. He went and joined Apuga. Apuga gave him tickets. They campaigned, they won the election, they took away the thing. PDP was ruling at the center. So they couldn't imagine how Apuga can win an election. And they took it away from him. They took it away from him, and he went to court. For the 3 years he was in court, I was with him. We were always going and all that. So I was perhaps the closest Igbo journalist to him, and we were always doing. Eventually, he went to be governor. I actually did not go to Anambra because I didn't come from Anambra. Otherwise, I would have gone with him to do. But I just decided, even when he tried to persuade me to, I said, no, I don't want to have people go and fight me for nothing. But we maintain. He's somebody who maintains relationship. As governor, we remain in contact. So, by the time I left the newsroom to PDP to go and serve as a media advisor to Kwesile Zemo, the national chairman, After Nwodo did not last, then secondaries came, say I should come back. I said I was somewhere. So Peter Obi now came to PDP, joined PDP. Later, 2023, he had to leave and join Labour. All this, I was part of his political life. I was part of his political life. From background, I was in charge of his media. So everything about his journey to the level where he is today, I have been part of it. So after we've gone through that election, not a politician, just a journalist. So, but because I've been with them, I'm a son of a politician. My father was a very strong politician. Yes, but I wasn't a politician. I was just a journalist. You understand? My junior brother that you people met is the one who is doing politics in the family. You understand? So, after the election, I now decide, okay, let me capture this. Let me capture it because there is a story I know about him that I want the public to know. So, after the election, we all know what happened. I decided that I should capture what happened about the election, and there are some stories about Peter Obi that is not known to the public. I felt I should articulate it, and I articulated it in the book. And incidentally, when we launched the book, it generated a lot of interest, possibly because the character is the man of the people. So it generated a lot of interest, even in the US, people, publishing companies, publishing it and selling to Americans there, because everybody wants to read about.
Wants to know the story, how it started and everything.
Yes. So that's how I came to write the book, and I can say that the book is receiving all the attentions that is necessary, because the man is still there and is still the focus of Nigerians. And the campaign and the politics is coming up again and is attracting the attention. And there are a lot of information in the book that will help more going forward. And people also understanding the man, his background, everything about Peter Obi is real. There's nothing you hear about what he's doing that is fake. He has not changed a bit of whatever he's doing. What you are seeing today is what he was doing yesterday. He just being himself. Before he entered government, he was a comfortable rich man. And when he entered government, he was not carried away by public funds. That's why he was able, after 8 years, with all the fights against him, because he was running public funds. He was managing public fund as if it was a personal fund. You can't play about with it. All the elites who wanted him to play with it, he resisted it. And that's how he was able to achieve much in whatever he achieved. So Peter Obi remains the man of the people. You know, Nigerians, they know they are following events. If you are a good leader, they know. If you are bad, they know. Forget about the politics elites are making. Why Obi? The question everywhere, why this Obi? Yes, he has grace of God, but this grace didn't just come just like that. It has to do with his comportment, the way he carries on in his life. He's not arrogant. He's a very humble man, and he's ready to serve. And he's compassionate about the ordinary people. So I think that's what informed the book, and the book is receiving well because a lot of people are reading and knowing more about him.
How did he feel the day he saw this book?
He's somebody who doesn't like being loud. Doesn't like being loud, and I didn't tell him I was writing the book.
You didn't tell him?
No. I didn't tell him I was writing the book. He saw the book when it was ready. I I said, this book is about our election and a little about you. He said, okay. Well, when I said, all I need from you is the day of the launch, I want you to be there. And he came there and said this thing I'm telling you. But he didn't know anything about the book. I just that he showed him and all those things. So, and having read the book, he appreciates it because the content there is something positive about him that the world will want to know. Yes. So.
Wow. Now I'm talking about election. You know, the last election that we did, we had this youth movement called Obedient Movement that we all enjoyed. And what was the position you hold then during the Obedient Movement?
You know, like I told you, I was never a politician. A lot of what I do is technical, and it's at the background, and it's strategic. Obedient Movement is not a political party. It's an organic thing that just came out. You know, the opposition, the ruling party said just 2 or 3 people tweeting in a business center. And actually, if you read this book, you will see how the obedience started. Yeah, it's actually those 2 or 3 people starting the tweeting, and he said, look, anybody who likes this man and the message is passing, has to be an obedient person. And that's how it started, and the thing grew, and it's the first time you have such an organic body coming up. And they were strong. They remained there. I am still part of it as a technical person, and it's growing. And 2023, they were more a social media thing, a hype. They were there everywhere, but they were not they were not politically structured. Mm-hmm. But they're going forward now. They are getting structured. They are getting structured. There are members of Obedient who are even in APC. So APC is not a political party. It's not like it's Labour or those that PDP member. Anybody who believes in Obi, who may not even be in his party, sees himself as Obedient. And I think they are structuring themselves now, and it's coming out. It's coming up well. It's coming up very well, and they remain a major force in the political discussion. All the tension around Obi now is because of Obedient, and because they know the strength of Obedient. Obedient is not about one political party. It's an idea. You know, everything can die, but ideas don't die. So Obedient has become an idea. Anybody who believes in having a new Nigeria, a Nigeria away from what we were experiencing, is an Obedient indirectly. The person might be in the ruling party, he might even be in the government, but he knows that things are not going well, and we need to disrupt this system to get things going well. And once you cherish that idea, you are an Obedient person, directly or indirectly.
Looking at the Obi's performance during the last election, you know, everybody came out massive, the strength and everything. Looking at now, how do you see that the movement will see how strong? Like, are you seeing any force?
Yes, the force is there, and so many factors are responsible for the increase in the force. The kind of leadership we have now, Nigerians are worse today than they were in 2023. That is helping to strengthen the obedience. Obi came with a message based on the situation in the country at that time when Buhari was in charge. And the message caught up with Nigerians. And Obi's background his president, the president is set in Anambra as a governor. When he tell you to go and verify, they did a lot of verification have been done on him, and they are all appearing real. So that made Nigerians to embrace him. He had no governor, he had no councillor, he had no minister, and he came and won the election by our own data. He won the election. But when they did the allocation, they had to put him on the second position, on the third position with 6 million. The second person 6 million also. But looking at what is going on now, Nigerians are worse hit today. Nigerians are getting more real in supporting Obi. In the north, where the support were largely controlled by religion and tribe, the suffering in the north today is so enormous that they are no longer thinking about religion and tribe. They are thinking about who can help the situation. And that's where Obi is favorably disposed. So going ahead to 2027, yes, the ruling party knows Obi's potential. All the confusion you are seeing in PDP and Labour Party and all that is to make sure that you don't have a stabilizing place, because they know he has a lot of support. But something is going on, and a lot of all these things will put them behind. And once it's in a platform, fully in the platform, presently is in Labour, and the PDP is also luring him. He's the bride of today, politically. But he's also being careful, because you don't just leap. You have to be sure where you're leaping to. Yes. So I think the 2027 will be better. In all the reports we have from the 2023 election, there are so many places Obi won election and he didn't have an agent. His party didn't have a candidate. It's just Nigerians who want to change. They say this man will change Nigeria. They will go and vote for him instead of voting for the person who has agent there. So, and the situation is worse today. I wonder who, any reasonable Nigerian who doesn't want to change in today's Nigeria, and change to who? All the change you see now is change to Obi, because the only person who is offering something new. So 2027 is looking positive and better.
Okay. Before I forget, like in the course of this your journalism, have you traveled aside for an assignment before?
Of course, yes. I cannot spend 30 years journalism. Like I said, what journalism gives you is exposure. It gives you exposure. You meet human beings. You travel a lot. So I've been. The most I can remember, I've been about 9 countries. So you are taking me away. The first country I visited was Geneva in Switzerland, where I went there to cover the Labour Congress, International Labour Organization Conference. And from there, I've been to Thailand, I've been to Turkey, Istanbul in particular. I've been to other countries. So the job taking me there. So it's one of the experiences one gets. So I've been outside a lot. But the truth about it is that whether you're outside or not, in journalism, once you are exposed, you are like everywhere, because there's no big deal in being there.
So if I might ask, coming from Ada Obollo-Titi, the village we all know that you came from, you're growing up with your parents, like your mom and your dad. What was that you learned from them that are shaping your life to date?
In fact, everything I am today, I owe it to my parents. Even in this book, I dedicated this book to the obedient family. But in my subsequent book, I have 2 books that I will launch in August. I dedicated it to my parents, because one, all the value system I have, they taught me value system, and it has been guiding me. They taught me that you don't get things by magic. You have to work for it. They sent me to the farm. They sent me to school. So my generation is a lucky generation. We belong to the elites. We belong to the villagers. I can come today and I'm a farmer. The morning we go to farm. When we are not in the school, we are in the farm. If you return from school in the evening, we are in the farm. So we grew up. Well, my children today, when they see, at times when they see granite, they may not know how it came up. They just buying it. But I know how it will grow and all that. So my parents gave me the culture. My father was an exposed man because he was a politician, but he was also morally standing, to the extent that it would be difficult for you to be the son of my father and you'll be caught doing bad thing. You understand? So that one alone, they made my parents made me know what it is to guide family name. Family name is like, it's not your own. You just made it, and nobody dents this name, and they will tell you it will be on your head if you do anything that will spoil the family name. So, and you grow up consciously. So look, that this thing with the family name is not your name, so you have to be very, very careful. And that guided all my ways. The hard work, the fact that you don't get anything by magic. They made that point very clear to us. You don't get anything by magic, you must work for it. So hard work, and above all, they also let us know that there is something more powerful than any human being, and who is guiding us. The thing that will take you from one point to the other without you getting harmed. They made us know that without God, everything we are doing is nonsense. And prayer is at the bottom of our life, and we cherish it, and we don't play with it anywhere we find ourselves, and we try to convey it to anybody we can influence. And I think that to me, that is our strength, knowing God and struggling to always know Him. As a human being, yes, shortcomings everywhere, you can get it. But the most important thing is that the struggle for salvation is a very vital aspect of our life. Thank you.
Now, this question I don't think is among but this one is coming from me now. Okay. Now, to you, as someone that has been into this journalism for like 30 years now, yeah, what do you have to tell me that you're just starting this?
Well, you are lucky because in your days, you are not carrying pen here, you are not carrying anything, you are not writing, you are only just a record, you put it in one app, they will download everything, you are not suffering. So journalism at your age is just a platter of gold. The only thing is that you will not be as grounded as those people who suffered. Because before, as you are interviewing me, you are writing. You are writing. Everything I'm saying, you are writing. And at times, I will not even wait for you to finish writing. I'm just talking. You will just be struggling. You will put it there. So, but now, you are enjoying. I want to just ask me a question. Translate it. You go and read it. Yeah? Even the grammar self. There is somebody in the system that will help you do the grammar, all those things. So, but there's less challenge for you, but more potential for you because it's everywhere now. There are so many things. Before, I read journalism, and I'm a print person. I'm not a electronic person. I'm a print person because I always write. I like writing. But today, I can't remember when I handled biro last. Eh? I can't remember when I handled Bible last, because if anything I'm writing, it's just either on my phone, on my iPad or laptop. You understand?
The system have changed.
Yeah, so the thing are changing. So you people are having it easy, but the potentials are more with you people because the thing is diversified. Yeah? Before, somebody like you had nothing to do with coming around Obollo to do cultural. You have to be in the newsroom. All those things, they cover it, they return to you. But you still have the potential because the world is changing. The world is a global village. Yeah? What you are doing now can impact on somebody in Toronto, Canada. You understand? This masquerade that is going like this, as you put it in the space, is keeping somebody happy who is not even from Nigeria. As he's watching the dancing, he's keeping the person happy who is watching it and enjoying himself. You go to moderate elders' home in Europe, they'll be putting all this masquerade where they are old, all these 80, 90-year-old people, they're in elders' home. They will put all these African dances, the masquerade, they will be looking at it and enjoying themselves and wondering the human being that is inside all that. So that is the impact. You don't know where your impact is reaching. But for you, encouraging you, the potential is there for you. The potential is there for you because technology has made it easy for you. But you must make sacrifice. There's a lot of sacrifice in journalism. The sacrifice is that it's timeless work. It's the only thing for you as a lady, yes, you will shine. Everybody will know you, but there's also other challenges that come with it, which you must face. And in facing it, you should not forget where you're coming from, because you are history. That's where history comes in again. Because if you forget where you come, a lot of our television journalists forget where they're coming from, especially pretty ones. Because when you pass the road, you say, "Hey, this is this person, this is this person." The thing will enter your head and you forget yourself. You understand? But those who are conscious of who they are and where they're coming from, combine the two, they shine and they still maintain their family life and maintain their family name.
Okay, guys, so in case you need a copy of this wonderful book that was written about Peter Obi, you can send a DM to get the copy. So in case you can see how rich the book is. This is one book that we all would want to read, to know how he started his life, how the Obedient movement came and everything. So if you want this copy, you can send a DM to get it and I'll deliver it to you anywhere. Okay? You need to read the book. Like, I don't want to be the one to tell you what is inside this book. You need to read it so that you can tell another person to tell another person to tell another person what is inside this book. Okay? All right. Yeah. The political change agent. The story of the man who changed the face of election in Nigeria. Like, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I'm very happy having you today. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys.